They say winning ain't everything. Well, we don't have them type conversations over here, man. Had that conversation with the losers. We trying to win at everything we do. Even in the loss, we don't see defeat. We see a lesson learned. Straight up. Look, I came into this world in 1978. The doc looked me in my face and knew I was something great. 45, 42 Prescott, that's where I'm from. Grew up in the slums around dope dealers and bums. As humble as I was, I adapted to my habitat. In my own lane though, far from where they crashing at. Dumb bar graduate, the game I'd have mastered it. Served in the Navy, look, y'all don't know the half of it. Pops passed in 01, moms passed last year. I know they up in heaven smiling down, crying mad tears, cause they son making it. No telling where I'm taking it. My city been cursed, but I feel that I'm breaking it. Coached at Wayne High in 15 in one state. Seen the fork in the road and went straight. I know what I'm worth. I'm OG King CURT. Brooklyn Nets gaming crew legend. Let's work.
Hey, this is OG King CURT, your host of the OG2CENTS podcast. I want to thank each and every one of you who continue to tune in each and every week. We truly appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share. Also, give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Helps us out a lot. Links will be available in the descriptions for all available streaming platforms. Let's continue to stand up against any forms of social injustice and racism. And hashtag see more love, the Zenni way. This episode is brought to you by Zenni Blocks. Make sure to armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks Virtual Clear Blue Blockers. It's important to protect your eyes from the harmful blue light from your digital screens, so you'll have less eye strain, and that makes for better sleep and performance. Check them out at zenni.com/gaming or follow them at Zenni Gaming on Twitter and Instagram. This episode 79, Road to Legend with BearDaBeast. While he's best known as BearDaBeast, point guard for T-Wolves Gaming of the NBA 2K League, Michael Key is a man of many hats and skills. Since the 2009 NBA 2K League season, during which he won a championship while being named Finals MVP, Bear has added to his resume both on and off the sticks. With Minnesota, he has accumulated a 29-15 record over the last 2 years and finished first in the Western Conference regular season standings last season. Using his magnetic charisma, Bear has also elevated his content and media presence. Engaging tip videos and innovating concepts like The Bears series has grown his YouTube channel to over 15,000 subscribers and a Twitch partnership with nearly 18,000 followers. Whether he's appearing on the NBA 2K League playoff broadcast as an analyst or taking over the league's Twitch channel with his own show, Bear's comfort in front of the camera couldn't be any more obvious. So without further ado, BearDaBeast, how you doing today?
What's up with you, man? How you doing, OG?
I'm good, man. I'm excited about this interview. I mean, you've been in the 2K League for some years now. You seem like one of the few players that's living it up, like, you know, having fun, truly enjoying life, whether you're playing the game or you're not playing the game. You know, I want you to give everybody your journey, how you got to the 2K League, and you know what's been going on with you.
So I won't go too far back, but pretty much, man. Like I am enjoying it, man. I'm having fun with it. This is crazy. Like I'm a little bit older than the guys in the league, so it's literally like a dream come true. You know, just like I know, you was in it way before I was, so you know what it looked like starting up and to what it looked like now. You know what it looked like now compared to y'all putting in that work at the beginning. So just to see how far it's come and in that short period of time with everybody playing their part, everybody, you know, doing their role, and then seeing the future, and then also trying to, you know, live in the present, you know, from seeing like past and, you know, being wishful with the future, then we living in the present. So it's like I'm trying to celebrate and enjoy it as much as I can while staying locked in and grinding. But to say the least on how I got started, where I came from, is kind of around. I mean, I've been playing 2K all my life, man. I've been playing 2K since Sega Dreamcast. Iverson was on the cover. I got big brother, big cousins that always played the game. And then so then I was on Madden heavy, man, back in like 2008 and 9. And once they had, I think it was like 2013 with Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu on the cover. That year, I was one game off from making Madden bus in North Carolina. So I've been pretty good at games like my whole life. And then once 2K was announced, 2K16, 2K17 with 250,000, and then Road to Legends, about making it to we lost Steel Trill in the finals on Xbox. Steel Trill went and beat Throwdown in 17 and won the 250. That was like my that's my aha moment. I'm on to something. I'm pretty good. I'm competing with the best players in the world, and they got boys from Florida, Texas. I'm just playing with my homies and my brothers and cousins in real life. So that's pretty much the story on the short and the sweet on how I got involved with it.
Now, this episode is Road to Legend with BearDaBeast, and that was the name of the team that was formed with you and your IRLs basically. Just talk about that experience, what it was like, playing with your IRLs and then you becoming BearDaBeast.
Right. So a lot of people, man, I grew up a little different. So, right, I grew up with my dad, and I gotta give my mom credit too, because my mom was in my life. But ever since like 5th grade on, I grew up with my dad. So, man, it's different growing up, especially a black man. You growing up with a black man in America. I didn't have to look outside for exterior role models or people to look up to. I never have to find that. It was always that role model in my life. I had that guy, and with him being a good father, he would always, you listen to this man, you listen to that man. That's a good man here and there. So with that being said, I grew up a little different, so I never made excuses for myself. That's one thing that me and my dad kind of, that he taught me, and I learned from him, is you don't make excuses. So a lot of people will tell me that, like, man, I can't find 5. They letting this person in the community, he ain't that good. So for me coming in, it was like, I'm just hooping with like Summers that was my point guard in college for 3 years. And so I know that was like my actual point guard I hooped with in college. And then Key Awesome is my brother. That's the brother I was speaking of earlier, like 7 years older than me. He always played the game. That's what made me want to get in the game. And when he bring his friends over, they'd be playing, they played Super Smash on the 64. They playing GoldenEye. Then they started getting into the NBA Lives and the 2K. So I'm right, like, as my older brother. I want to, follow in my older brother footsteps. And then you got Vintage J Key, that's my older cousin, like 5 years older than me. So he's what I'm saying? That's a big influence to us. That's my actual cousin who on Road to Legends. And then we got a guy with Claymore Shawty. That's my dude. I call him Splash still to this day. And that was our guy outside of our circle. And we had another guy named Answer too, but we ran with Splash a lot. So it was that was like an in-house thing. And my thing was, in my head, that's when the point guards would check the point guard, so I could be super involved in the game. That's when I could check ball, I could play PG, and I'm like, man, if I could get shooters around me, y'all could be knocked down. Don't let y'all guys score on the outside. I could take us pretty far. So I'm good on the excuses of I can't find a team. I can't 5-5. If you nice, you don't make any excuses for yourself. That's kind of how the whole BearDaBeast thing came about, and then we hopped into the Island Gang thing after the Road to Legends.
Got you. Now, something you touched on was your college basketball career. I mean, it's a lot of people who play 2K. Some can play, some can actually hoop, some can't. But you are one that can actually hoop. Just spotlight your college career for a second.
So I played at Piedmont International University. It's inside of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and it's Christian school. It was a smaller school, and we would play bigger teams. When we go play D1 teams, they would punch on us, and we play smaller D2 teams. We could make it competitive. So it was the career is, man, I probably learned so much just inside of college. I probably learned so much from college. The experience and growing up, finally leaving your parents' house, being a man and being your own unique person. I probably learned more about that than actually in college from the teachers itself. But as far as basketball wise, man, yeah, the basketball days now, man, they gone, Kurt. They gone. I mean, this the young guys tell me now, like, oh, I beat you. Hey, you got it, young buck. Like, this, hey, it's your world. I'm living in it. So it's, but then, man, I played. I won. I was MVP for the region. I got a regional MVP, and I think that was my sophomore year. But the summers was my point guard freshman year. I played college 4 years. So I went to Piedmont, and I played my freshman year and my sophomore year in Piedmont. So after my freshman year, we had a guy who was really good with the Garner Webb. He had a really good connection with the Garner Webb coach, and I was offered to go play D1, and it was they were telling me, like, and I was skinny, man. I was growing up in high school, like my junior year in high school, man. I think I was like 5'3", and I was like 5'3", 5'5", and I remember lying on my license because of how tall I was 5'3". I put on my license 5'5", to give me 2 inches, but that was junior year. So that right as soon as junior year ended, I hit a growth spurt, and now senior year I'm 6'1", 6 foot, so it was a big growth spurt. So but then going back to college, it was, so I mean 6'1" ain't tall, but I hit my growth spurt, but I was lanky, like my body didn't catch up, so it was like the Garner Webb was like, man, we could we can move you, probably to PG, and you're pretty tall for a PG, you can handle the rock, I see you can pass, shoot the ball, but he's like, I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna redshirt you first year, put some weight on you. And then he was telling me, once into your sophomore year, you won't see as much playing time until your junior senior year. And it sounded good, but and until I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, back at Piedmont, man, I'm shooting the ball 30, 40 times a game. You telling me I'm gonna have to red shirt, then sit out. I'm good on that. I get the ball every play call for number 3, Mike Key. We run every. I'm give me the rock. I'm shining in Piedmont. So my junior year, I went and played in Clearwater, Florida. Now, that was Clearwater Christian College. That was Piedmont's rival. So then I went and played against Summers. And my best friend growing up, like still to this day, Xavier X. So we played against X. And then my actual brother, Blair, we played against Blair, X, Vaughn, and then a couple of homies that I knew from the city. So we started, once I went to Piedmont, like Vaughn knew a lot of people in Winston. I knew a lot of people back home where I was from, Davie. So we started to get everybody to, come to this college. Like, you want to hoop, come to the college. So that door was open. But then I went to that was our biggest rival, Clearwater Christian College. And I went to that school. And then we ended up playing against Piedmont. And I ain't gonna lie, I dropped X, Vaughn, and Blair off. I gave them 45 that night. I dogged them. I'm talking, they'll never forget that ever. The gym was packed. They all going against me, Kurt. It was bad. It was bad for me. I mean, we were down at halftime. So anyway, then but it's Piedmont hold dear to my heart. I went to Florida for all the wrong reasons. But I go back my senior year to Piedmont to graduate, finish out college. And right before I went to the Vegas Combine, I had tore my ACL. And if I went to the Vegas Combine, they guarantee you a trip overseas. Now, what they guarantee you a trip overseas, and you go on a tour, and you're most likely going to get picked up. Now, the thing you don't know is if you're going to be in a league for $500 a week, or in a league to where you're going to be getting paid $5,000 a week. It's just, that depends on your skill level. But I tore my ACL, and then that's when I hopped right into the 2K career, because that was the downtime. That was around 16, 17. It's probably like 18, low key.
And see, that's something I didn't know. I mean, of course I heard about you playing in college, but didn't know you actually tore your ACL before you got a chance to go overseas.
So the president at Piedmont International University at PIU, he was Dr. Pettit, man, one of the like great mentors in my life. He's telling me, like, man, like Mike, you got a chance to inspire people not only on the court, but like Piedmont was a Christian college. So I mean, I'm like a pretty religious person. So he's telling me, like, man, you got it's something about you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's something about you, and you can impact people in a positive light or a negative light, but you the one that's gonna make that decision. But he like, I want you to come back and whatever, like I want to help you get overseas. But he kind of took that mentorship role on, like, I want to help you out. And it's so we, I come back to Piedmont, we got the camera set up, my man, we're rolling, and he, he's telling me, like, man, you need to, give your life to God, like you need to be influencing this way and that way. But so once I got back, the Piedmont thing was that senior year was going to be that's the whole film. That's what's going to get me overseas. I really wanted to take that route to play professionally. We had the Vegas trip set up, and the thing was too, Kurt, man, it wasn't meant to be, man, because it was like the medical red shirt was set 6 games. I played 52 seconds against Clearwater. So I went to Clearwater, came back to Piedmont. My senior year, so the cutoff is 6 games for a medical red shirt. I'm in the 7th game playing against the team I just left, our rival school again, Clearwater. We down now. I start the game off in like the first 50 seconds with like 5 or 7 points. Kurt, I was probably about to get him 50 or 60. I was about to go in that night. I'm talking about it was, and so basically it's like I got 5 to 7 points in the first 50 seconds, and pretty much 52 seconds costing me a whole senior year. And then lo and behold, then the whole BearDaBeast thing came about. So it's like, I would have never picked up the sticks as hard as I play now if it wasn't for the tearing the ACL, because I would have pushed along with the hoop dreams.
Right. Now, before we move on, how did you get the name BearDaBeast?
So man, when I was a baby, I was fat, man. So so one side of my family is black, one side is white. My mom white, dad black. So on my I think Keita and them on my dad's side, I married them. They'll call me Buddha Bear. So it was Buddha Bear. And then so my mom, they just took the Buddha Bear off and now it's Bear. It's just Bear. We calling them Bear. So to this day, like if y'all ever see me around my family and y'all walk up, y'all gonna hear them call me Bear. Somebody asked my mom, like, how was Michael doing? I'm like, who? Like, cause they call everybody in the family call me Bear. All my homies back at home, a lot don't call me Bear, they call me Mike. But that's pretty much that's pretty much it. Like Bear is like my actual name.
All right, man. Now, rewinding back a little bit, the season 2.
Okay.
You get drafted. Season don't start out so hot, and you pick it up late, and you end up holding the trophy at the end of the day. Just talk about that. Talk about that season, your rookie year.
So, man, I want that feeling again. I want a bad season with the Cinderella story again. And we all chasing that. But, man, it's that season 2 was a wow. I mean, I wish I knew what I knew now. I'd have been blew up on YouTube. That's a fairy tale. I don't even know how you explain that, Kurt. I'm talking about we started out with, I get there and they drafted me. I didn't want to go to Minnesota. I didn't want to go. I'm coming from North Carolina, like the Martin twins that play in the NBA now, the ones that one play for the Hornets, Cody and Caleb play for the Heat. We grew up in the same place. We both from Davie County, North Carolina. It's small place. And like people like that could tell you, like people from that don't make it out. And we don't know much outside of Davie County. So I ain't know much outside of North Carolina, man. I never left North Carolina until college. I used to take beach trips, but when we ain't even classify leaving North Carolina to South Carolina, that wasn't even that's like the same. You in the Carolinas, it's about the same thing. So I never left, man. And so it's like I didn't know much. And I'm like, I don't want to go to Minnesota. I'm thinking, I promise, I tell this to everybody. When I thought I was gonna land in Minnesota on a dirt road and they gonna have us somewhere outside in like a barn playing 2K. Like that was my actual picture of Minnesota, because I'm like, you in the middle of the country, ain't nothing there. It ain't California, it ain't New York. I'm like, I don't want to go to Minnesota. And then when we get there, we go through the draft, they're taking Dr. JoJo and turn up defense and Nacho Trainer. I'm like, what is going on? So I'm sending them messages of people who I want. I'm like, they completely not listening to me. And then because I'm used to the names of the Ramos of the world, the hot shots. I'm like, who is Dr. JoJo and Nacho Trainer? So we get there, it's bad. It's bad from the jump. We got Hood, and then Coach V is very hands-on. Coach V give you he wanted me because he knew I knew real hoops. He come in first day, playbook this size, Kurt. I'm talking about real plays and all. So it was a lot of learning from a lot of, like, everybody had to learn because Coach V want real basketball. And I'm telling Coach V, I done did the real basketball thing. I done tried to incorporate plays, but you gotta mix and match. You gotta find out what works for 2K. So it was a good mix because we started to figure it out. And so Coach V was real hands-on, man. He was there in your face. Like a real life coach. And then you got the whole Hood saga, the whole Hood drama. Man, I mean, I can go down 20 minutes talking about that whole spiel. So we got the Hood saga, we got Coach V being fired, we got or let go, however you explain it. Then you got the coach let go, Hood getting traded. We getting J Money, who's another PG, who's PG dominant coming in. We start out 3-7. It's not going well. We going to the I think it's the turn, and we playing we got a sub in Nacho Trainer. And to Nacho defense, man, I give Nacho a lot of heat, but he was good, man. He stepped up for us big in that turn. And I think he ended up having like 21 on the Blazers. That's when like the Blazers were undefeated at the time. They were hooping, going crazy. And Nacho stepped in, man. That's why I got a lot of respect for people that come out that combine and can hoop. Because if you could hoop with people not around you and it's not your friends, it says something about you. And Nacho could do it at a high level, but he didn't have that name. He don't got that look. So he get frowned upon a little bit. But when it was time to hoop, Nacho hooped. So then we get J Money acclimated into the offense. So we started out 3-7. It was bad. And it was one of them games that we lost was to the Cavs. We had that 28-point meltdown. It was up like 28 points in the game and folded. And it's at that point you could quit, or you could, you know what I'm saying? You can go, you could put up or shut up. But it was like we turned the whole season around, man. We go 5 out. That's more of my style of play. And we developed an offense around the 5 out. So I was always lucky enough to have JB believe in me. So like JB's I still say like one of the big mentors of my life to this day. He's still like fulfilling that role. He's a great dude, man. And like we work well together. Just something about it, good connection. He see things I don't see. I give him my insight on playing 2K at the highest level. But we were 3-7, turned the season around. We go 5 out. We go on this crazy run. Then you got the moment of the mama at the very last game. Mama talking his trash. We on you know how the stage go, man. Mama telling me it's house money. Y'all gonna fold. I know you. And then big pass to the corner, hit turn up. That's one of the biggest moments in 2K League history. And then we play BP, in which a lot of people don't know with the Kings, when on draft day, the Kings was picking between me or BP. But when Cook called me like, Bear, like, I'm suspended, I'm done. Do you still want to go to the Kings? And I'm like, it ain't nothing against Coke, it ain't nothing against the Kings, but I don't want to go to the Kings if you're not there. You one of the big reasons I want to go there, because I just lost the Steel Trio, and I know how good Cook was. So with Cook being suspended, I didn't go to the Kings, and then I go to the playoffs and I play them. And then I turn around and have to play the Warriors, who I did the interview with the Warriors, and I'm up front with them just like they up front with me. They telling me like they got 2 and 10. They gonna pair something together. They was telling me Keenan and Grady on the board, but Barrett, we could take you and Slade. We could take you and Bria. Who you think could be good with you? And then they took the route of Keenan and Grady. It's worked out for them. They've been making money in the league, but I turn around and have to play them. So it's just like a storytelling. It just, I don't know how it lined up like that, but it lined up. What I was saying about the Warriors, like I was gonna be real with them as far as I get in these interviews and they asking me questions, and I'm the type of person, I'm gonna ask you questions. Like, hey, that last little 5 minutes, I'm gonna ask you some questions. So I asked them, like, I heard y'all got curfew, and I'm telling them like I ain't no 21-year-old kid. I'm a grown man. The conversation went south there. You know what I'm saying? This game went south there. So I mean, I get it. I'm like, I don't want no curfew, and if y'all want me to, I need a curfew. Listen here, we ain't gonna work out, and that's fine. It's fine. So it's that happened. We played in the playoffs, we beat them, and then we get to game 5. I mean, then we go to the championship, play against Radiant, who beat us in the turn. I mean, in the tip-off, they beat us in the tip-off to go win the tip-off that year, and then we end up meeting them up in the finals. And I played against Bread and you know those guys, Screddy, Steez, that it's Radiant. So it was a story, man. That year was crazy, man. I forgot all that stuff happened. I'm sitting here talking about it.
But I mean, and definitely on the night of the finals, the way that went, it seemed like it was never going to end.
Yeah.
But no, I think every championship, no matter the sport, no matter what it is, always has some type of storybook ending. To it, one way or the other. Now, obviously, you went on, this past season. Not what you was looking for, of course, team wise. Still, I mean, most would say it wasn't a bad season or anything like that.
Right.
But you picked up some people along the way. Some people went out, some people came in. Arguably one of the best backcourts with you and Kai. Just talk about you guys' relationship on and off the court.
Yeah, so Feast was a part of that championship team, and we lost Feast. And Feast was like that. Once you, like you say, with that storytelling in there, man, with that championship, that type of camaraderie, you start to develop bonds with these guys that they become brothers because you went through something. Y'all all had the same goal. Y'all going through the negatives together, and when you could pull out and make it, it's a certain level of appreciation you have for those guys. So we traded J Money and Feast, and man, I'm telling you, trading Feast away, it was me and Feast had a really close relationship. Now we all super tight. Still talk to JoJo to this day. Still talk to J Money, Nacho. We turn up. Just got off the phone. We turn up the other day, but who am I missing? I don't want to miss nobody. Me, Turn Up, JoJo, Nacho, Feast. I ain't missed nobody, but I still talk to these guys, man. And it's like you build that up, and they become like brothers. But we let Feast go. We traded him, and Feast was my roommate for 2 years too. So that was like really it got to the point to where me and him could get into arguments, and that's the guy I argue with, because if I pick on somebody else and take my frustration out of somebody else, they're not going to receive it the way Feast does. So it got to the point to where me and Feast, like, you could tell your brother anything, and however he take it, but it's still love at the end of the day. So I would get on the Feast, man. I would get on the Feast. The Feast would turn it back on me, like Radiant doing this, Mama doing that, and you ain't doing it. And you got to do this to be successful. So we started developing a relationship that was really brotherly like, and that hurt, man. That hurt Kurt to let him go, because people look at it like, oh, you snaked your boys, man. We getting Kai, but it was tough. But and then Jay Money's still my guy. People be like, man, Bear, why you and Jay never worked out? Why y'all got so much envy towards each other? I'm like, people can never say me and Jay got into like any type of altercation. They can't say me and Jay Money hate each other. Jay in Minnesota right now, and I know the girl who he with is he living a good life, and I understood where Jay was coming from, because he a young buck trying to prove himself. He the most winningest PG in Pro-Am history. So it's like he want his shot at PG. If I'm in Jay's shoes, I'm doing the same thing. So I can only respect a man like that. That same fight and that hunger that he played with and went is like, oh, I want to play PG. I just took that fight and hunger and transitioned to giving him the ball on offense to let him go kill the defense. But so people be like, why y'all don't like each other? I got no problem with each other. I love the dude. It's like my brother. But like you say, we got Kai, and Kai is a tremendous talent, man. Everybody know what Kai is capable of. Like Kai is a dog, like a straight dog. And getting him here and learning, like, I'm always trying to learn, man. I'm always listening. I'm always all ears. And him helping me with my dribbling. And Kai is so underrated because the kid is unselfish, man. He's unselfish. He could pass the ball like crazy. Probably the best dribbler in the world. He got it. Like, he got it. When it comes to 2K, Kai got it. He absolutely have it. So for me, if I could bring the brains and control the offense and run it and let him just be the assassin, the straight killer, you kind of get results of what we had this year. We obviously didn't win a championship, but we won a tip-off. We had statistically the best season ever. And that's not just because me and Kyle offense. We got Saint knockdown shooter. Saint don't miss. Saint making plays, isoing out the corner. Slaughter going for triple dubs, passing. Miles not missing. Miles making reads. So it was a good team effort. But when people think offense, you think guard. So it was a lot of us that contributed like to that. And to me, our season was it was a success, man. Like, it was. Obviously, when you win a championship, that's all you want. You want nothing else but the championship. And when you got that type of talent, people expect that. And we expect the same thing for ourselves. But nonetheless, if you ask a lot of other teams, would they have taken our season? Absolutely. A lot of teams will take our season. There's only one team that can win every year. Everybody else going to be a loser. Only one team can win. So it's, you don't take it. But at the end of the day, if you go out there and you play your best and you leave it on the floor, you can't argue with the results.
No, without a doubt. And you picked up another a dear friend of mine in Nicholas Gartrell. He became the head coach, one of the youngest head coach in the league, and actually, to capture a banner as well. Talk about Nick and the impact he made and how you guys' relationship are.
I'm telling you, I literally just left breakfast with Nick about 20 minutes ago. And you don't get enough credit for like gatekeeping in the 2K community. You don't get enough credit for it, to be honest with you. But like you giving Nick a chance, and back when we went to Vegas and Nick was working with he was working with y'all, and he was like, man, Barry, you think I got a chance to be a head coach? And I told him, I ain't gonna sugarcoat. No, you don't. Yeah, not right now. I don't think so. But I'm like, that's just my opinion. Take it with a salt of grain if you want to. You know what I'm saying? And then lo and behold, this dude become my head coach. So he's a really good dude, man. You know, just like I know, Nick is a kind-hearted dude. I got a couple years on Nick, so I'm older, but so I could see that he's a genuine person and he's a hard worker. He whatever is asked of him to do, he go over and beyond. And it's the dude could network like crazy too, man. I mean, I've been here for it's about my 4th year. This dude know 5 times more people than I know. I mean, I be going out with the dude and he know the dudes at the door. We get in, he know the owners. I'm like, I'm supposed to be the guy. Nick the guy in Minnesota. I mean, because he just network with everybody, man. I'm telling like Nick that dude, man. Nick could be at the table with 10 women and say none of them his girl. I'm like, man, I don't never get granted with these type of opportunities. Where is this at? But he a good dude, man. He really a good dude. He's starting to become like a really good friend, like a brother of mine.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, and when he was in Brooklyn, it was the same way. Like, I mean, he made sure I knew everybody. But I mean, he has that type of personality where he just people gravitate to him. I mean, and definitely, I'm glad he on my side. I mean, you know, it was tough when he parted from Brooklyn. I mean, it was kind of, you know, me and him had a slight misunderstanding in the situation, and we were able to talk it out and work it out, and because things happen. I mean, a lot of times, you know, in our community, people feel like they have to know everything.
Yeah,
and like for mine, it's like as long as the people who involved in the situation know what happened and know what's going on and able to push through it. That's the only thing that matters. I mean, I talk to Nick every day for the most part, and he's doing a great job. I mean, and he's assisted me in a lot of different things, you know, in 2K and outside of 2K. So, I mean, he's that type of person, man, and definitely about the 10 women at the table. Like,
I don't get it. I don't get it, Kurt.
Nickname for him. I can't say it on the air, but but he definitely, I mean, he's a people person, man, and it's a pleasure to be around at all times. You know, the rounded up about Minnesota, man, you know, going from North Carolina to Minnesota, man, from the South all the way over there, man. Like, and I've been watching your stories and everything like that, seeing the snow outside. Now, I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Ohio, so I'm used to seeing snow.
Yeah.
And I'm not in a rush for it, but I see that the snow has been falling out there, man. So just talk about life in Minnesota since you've been there.
Yeah, so me hit on something you said with like the whole Nick, like Nick was, you know, this is about to be what, Nick 3rd year with us coming up. I never knew that y'all had a misunderstanding about nothing. He never even spoke about it or nothing. That's the crazy part. Like I don't know how big it was, how small it was, but he never bad talk nobody. Like you know how Nick is, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I never even, you know what I'm saying? Like I heard stuff from other people, and it's not even like me. It's like you say with the community. I'm type I go show my love and my appreciation, and then I'm back to BearDaBeast. But like it's crazy because he only showed love. So but it's the Minnesota thing, man, is different. Like you say, I'm not used to. I'm in North Carolina, so when we get snow, when if it was over a 50% chance to snow, school would automatically have like a 2-hour delay. And it started snowing. It ain't gonna stick for nothing. It ain't even gonna be cold enough to stick. If it started snowing, school was canceled. If it's still snowing on the ground, you might be school canceled 3-4 days. So coming here, it's snowing heavy. I'm talking about heavy, Kurt. I'm talking about it. It looked like rain, but it's snow. It's like when you go look at the movies and the cartoon and it's just coming down. Like I look out my window and everything white. And people 50. I mean, I'm talking about these people so used to the snow. I seen my man. I don't even know how you got the courage to do this. My man was driving up the hill. He doing about 20, 30. Smooth. I don't even know how you do this in the car. I mean, there ain't a lot of cars on the road. We're doing about 20 or 30 up the hill. Smooth turn the wheel, spin 180, going back in the other direction down the hill. I'm like, you knew that the ice was gonna slide you, and you were doing about 30. And now you're about to turn around and go down the hill on the ice that you just slid on, and you comfortable with your brakes. Like, I don't know. It's like it's cold out here, Kurt. It's cold. It's cold. I wake up at night and it's 9 degrees. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know what 4 and 5 degrees feel. Never felt that a day in my life. That's a different type of cold. So I was just thinking of this yesterday on the elevator. I was like, man, whoever brought heat to Minnesota, that might be the richest person in the world. I don't even know who that dude is, but he is a genius. If you're gonna bring heat to Minnesota, you cash cow out here. But it's different, man. It's just different. But a lot of, and like I was saying before, I thought I was gonna land on this dirt road, be in the countryside, and you got to think like they got a hockey team. I forgot the name of it. Forgot the name of the hockey team, but you got the Lynx, you got Timberwolves, you got the Twins, you got the Vikings. You got all of that in one city. So it's like, in order to have that many teams, you got to have some type of market. You got to have enough people, and it's a dope city, man. Like, I like to go out. I like to party. I do. So the nightlife is oh man, good nightlife out here. I love it. I love it. Great nightlife out here. And then it's coming from North Carolina, man. I talked to JB and I told him, like, man, I really want to push my content. I want to give it a shot. I keep hearing people say, man, you could blow up, you could do it, and you know, and I never believed like that in myself, as far as I'm like, yeah, I could make a video, go do 20, 30, 40, 50,000. And I could do that on Twitter, but I'm like, YouTube different. YouTube, do people want to see you that much? And then do you want to put that type of work in? So I always questioned it. And I told JB, like, I want to go for it, man. I want to do it. I don't know what it'll look like, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it my all. And so far I kept my word, and it's popping right now, man. It's doing good. That's like, we're trying to do the interview yesterday, but it's like, man, I'm in a meeting, and then we're talking to the sponsors, and then we're going to go give back to, like, it's something we're about to start doing with Littleworth, like unprivileged teens. So working in the community, and then I turn around, I gotta get the haircut, and then I gotta turn around and go to be on the BF Live show to do so it's like, man, it's just content. We pushing it. So it's right now, man, I'm in like full-time grind mode. And I was gonna get to you about, because a couple more things I want to do with the brand. Like, I see you do a good job of your branding. And I don't know much about it, but I want that online. I want the merchandise up and rolling. So it's like, it's a lot that I'm trying to get into in a short period of time. But I mean, right now I'm locked in, man. So that was the whole kind of the reason to come to Minnesota, just so when I go home, it's no distractions. I have no excuse. I could sell out, and I could push, and I could go for it. So far as they, like, JB believed in me, man. T-Wolves believed in me, and they you know, they're allowing it to make it happen.
No, I mean, and that leads to another thing. I mean, you definitely locked in, and I'll tell you, I'll be the first one to agree with you. When I'm in New York, man, I'm straight tunnel vision. Like,
yeah,
when I come home, it's my son here, my daughter here, my brother here, like everything going on.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for me sometimes to sit down and focus on the OG King CURT side of things. Now, and that's GC, that's, you know, that's always first and foremost, but it's hard for me to focus on OG King CURT. Now, you talked a little bit about the YouTube. You know, you got 16K subscribers and counting every day. Like, it's going up. I've been watching it, because when I click on that new video, I see it going up. I mean, then the funny story you posted on Twitter about how you got partner. Now, most people know when they get partner. You, on the other hand, you didn't know when you got partnered. So tell us about that story.
As you can see, man, that's why right before we hop on, that's why I got a manager. I'm unorganized like crazy. I don't like emails. So if I think Twitch tried to get over them, I think Twitch said they sent the spam message, and it went to I don't think they never sent me my partnership. That's what I think. Cause I ain't gonna miss that. And thing is, man, I got 300-400 viewers in there. I got all the numbers they got. I'm like, if you go to the club, my man say bring a collar shirt, jeans, and whatever shoes, don't matter. And I bring a collar shirt, jeans, and whatever shoes, don't matter. And y'all don't let me in the club. And at this point, I feel like you got something against me. I done tried with people like 12 times, and it didn't happen. But lo and behold, they done sent the message. I'm supposed to be verified a year ago. And as you could tell, like I just be so unorganized, and it ain't even in my brain to even go check the spam. I'm like, all right, and JB kept telling me, like, now they supposed to send you a reason why you ain't get partnered. Oh, you got to improve this, that, and the third. I'm like, man, JB, them folks don't send me nothing. They'll send me a thank you for applying. And then in a week, 2 weeks, I could press the button again. So I'm like, I don't know, man. But so it was, I mean, it's a funny story. It happened, but it was like the way I am with technology, I'm bad, man. So if it went to the spam, then they got me. But on the YouTube side, it's growing. YouTube is getting it out the mud right now, man. It's getting it out the mud. It's grind. But like I say, I'm locked in. I'm here. It's tunnel vision right now. And it's going to be the first. I miss Thanksgiving with the family for the first time in my life. I'm about to miss Christmas with the family. And if I got to do this for another 2-3 years, man, I'm committed to the grind. And it's my life. I got control over it. And we talked, a little bit about it at the at playoffs in Dallas. It's just like that content side of it is you got to push it. You got to go for it. You got to do it. And it's like, I'm at that point where I want to grind it. I want to be something out of it. And when I know myself, once I get locked in like this, I'm gonna accomplish whatever I want to.
No, without a doubt. I mean, this league has been blessed with not only the talent, but it's been some natural personalities that are destined to thrive, no matter how long they stay in the league or if they're not in the league.
Right.
And you definitely one of them.
Appreciate it.
Almost before we get out of here, you got the Bears.
Yeah.
Your own pro-am team. I want you to talk about that, and then I want you to talk about upcoming season 5 with the changes and how you looking forward to season 5.
Gotcha. So we can start with the Bears. So it's I play a lot of pro-am, man. I play pro-am a lot. And one of the you can look at it as marketing as well. So it's when you look at the 2K community, it's not too much I'm gonna be able to do if I want to go teach Keenan and Chalk and Kai in the 630s of the world. I could give them some little tips, little knowledge. I could teach them probably some, few things about 2K, and they could teach me as well. But for majority of the 1%, we know a lot about 2K. So it's that 99% that I'm gonna try to reach. And so it's that point of, it's just smart marketing. I feel like it's a lot more the people who don't know as much than the people who play in the 2K league. It's the numbers don't lie about it. So I want to reach that crowd. And then in the offseason, people complain about, oh man, all the guys team up. All these guys, y'all play together. So it's like, yeah, are you really good, or you just thriving off this guy's backpack? Or it's like I want a shot. I need a chance. So it's a platform. It's a community out there that they're thirsty. They're fiending for that. I want to play with a pro. I want to show y'all that I can hoop. I just need a platform. I need eyes. So I'm like, who am I to say no to you about hooping? So I'm gonna give you the platform. Now, if you go out there and stink it up and you piss the bed, hey, you made that bed, you lay in that bed. You did it. They go to 300, 400 people who you just absolutely laid an egg. You did absolutely nothing on the court and you begging for another shot. Sometimes all you get is one shot, and go to the next person for the next one, because I can't give you 40 shots until you get it right. I'm trying to reach thousands of people. So that's kind of the thing behind the Bears. So I do these tryouts, and I'm allowing these guys to come play rec. All right, cool. You good enough to go in the pro-am. Oh, you good enough to play matchups. Oh, you good enough to play matchups? You can make the Bears team. All right, cool, dude. I'm gonna take you into MPBA. I'm gonna put you in WR. We're gonna play in leagues, and we're gonna compete against the players, and we're gonna see how you do. And with that being said, like, man, they getting views on YouTube that they haven't gotten before. They getting platforms as coaches who know these guys' name, like Giants, the center. He you might know Giants fan.
Yeah,
I think
Giants fan. He's won both of our 1v1 tournaments.
Yep. And look, while he was doing it, I didn't even know that he was winning these. And I'm like, it's something that this dude got. So my thing is just try to help the people out who got the skill but don't got the platform. So it's, all right, come on. And y'all gonna help me build my platform, because I'm giving you a chance, and people are gonna be like, that's dope. Let me get on. There's more people they're gonna want more into it. So it's growing fast. It's rapid right now. And I got some stuff I'm about to line up with the Discord to line up the community as far as people who don't have a team and they say they got the talent. We're about to throw them all in the Discord. So they got constant people to run with, and we're gonna do some more content stuff on Discord, but just try to build the community out, man, for the people who don't have it all together as far as, because if I didn't have my IRL to play with Key Awesome, Vintage, and Summers and those guys splashed, then I don't know who I would have hooped with. So I'm like, all right, if I didn't have those guys, who would I have hooped with? I don't know. So let me try to, I know it's a audience there for that. So that's kind of how the Bears is, man. I'm trying to give people that platform who don't necessarily have it. And it's some good, I do got some good players, but a lot of things is like to like rabbit trail, whatever it's called, off to the side note with the women, man. Like the women gaming, it's not that I don't think the women can't play. They just haven't had the same exposure that I have had or other 2K League players have had to comp pro-am. Like 2K is a game, I feel like the more you play comp, the better you're going to get. You start to play against the best in the world, the more you're going to get. So they just need that chance and that shot to play against that all day, every day. Now, you're going to get your head beat in. You're going to get punched on. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, but you got to take your licks. You got to take your lumps and you got to learn from it. So you just need your chance and your shot. So that's kind of like the whole idea behind it. And then with the league going 3v3, man, it's, to be honest with you, I don't care. I don't care if they go 2v2, 3v3, 5v5. I don't care if they say we got to go play in the trampoline park. I don't care what they say. You paying my check, you cutting the check. I'm playing whatever game mode you say. That's how I look at it. And I know a lot of people don't approach it like that. There's a couple other things that I would wanted to see happen with the money, because they took away the 6-man, so that money is going somewhere else. So I would like to see players get full-time benefits throughout the year if you're going to be retained in that type thing, because there's certain things we can't do because we're under contract. So if we're going to be under contract, all right, give me the same contract, thing. So so it's a couple of things I'd like to see on the league side. But as far as moving to the 3v3 and with that money, they put it back into the pot. I get it. I would like to see some of the money go back into our hands, guaranteed. I would like to see it, but I get the league. They're going to take that money, throw it into the pot as far as now they're using it as advertisement. Now we're doing whatever the money is before, it's going to be even bigger. We're going to give away more money. It's going to bring them, so I get the business side behind it, but then there's a player side. I hope they understand, some of my wants and desires as well. But whatever they say, man, to me, if you're going to play 5v5, 3v3, it's 2K. I don't care what. Let us play on the same builds, no advantages. You got a player, I got a player, and let's just see who better. So I don't mind it. And like people smart, man. They got to think like they know the community they need to hit. Park is the biggest community. So Fortnite blew up. You could load Fortnite up. Open world is fun. You can play with your friends. You could play for 10 minutes because it ain't gonna take. As soon as you press the button to go, you're going to load inside the game and you in a game in 3 minutes. It's fast, it's accessible, and you can sit there and play the game for 10 hours if you want to, but 2K is like, you want to play 5v5, you got to get your boys up. You got to wait in the pro-am gym. It's more structured. It takes time. So the park, I don't take 3 people. You go sit on the spot if you want to, and you in the game. It's fast. So it's a lot of people play park. It's easy, accessible. So that's the community that the 2K League is. They're trying to hit it. And me personally, man, I hope it blow up. No, what you think about it? Because I ain't got your feedback on it.
I mean, it's funny because I pretty much have the same mentality as you do. I'm probably one of the least complaining coaches and GMs in the league. Like, I just believe whatever task is put out in front of us, that's what we set out to conquer. Like, I think it does give a new strategy into how you draft and how you recruit and different things of that nature. But at the end of the day, some of the principles are going to remain the same. You're going to have to work at it. You're going to have to be strategical about how you play different modes and who plays in those modes and in those tournaments. So you have to practice that and get better at it, because to be honest, like a lot of the pro-am players play in the park, but that's not where they live at. So regardless, you're gonna have some of the top players in the world that play pro-am that's still gonna have to get acclimated to the 3v3, and it's not gonna be no surprise from some of the amateur players and some of the content creators that's going to participate in the 3v3 that they're probably going to win. Like they're probably going to win some tournaments or have a great shot at winning. So I just think for the overall engagement for the league and the community and trying to bridge that gap, I think it's great. And everybody, I don't know, a lot of people think my energy is fake because I don't bitch or complain. about a lot of stuff, but literally, I just don't believe in wasting a lot of energy on something that's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
Because every year it's the same people complaining about something. And
you're right.
So
you're right.
It does no good. I mean, I think most of the people who are thriving in this league, whether it's a players, coaches, GMs, or it's some people who don't complain, who just get up every day and do their job to the best of their ability. And that's the way I've always been throughout my life, and I'm gonna continue to be that way. And that leads to something that I want to ask you about before we get to OG wants to know.
I got time. I'm chilling. I'm on your time.
Your thoughts about the community, the 2K community's attitude towards the league, and then also, what are some words of wisdom or advice that you would want to give the people who are aspiring to make the 2K league?
So all right. So if you didn't answer the question, I was going to jump into it, but you don't get to where you at right now by being a complainer. You know what I'm saying? Like how you said it, it's just whatever the task is, we're going to conquer it. And that's the attitude I think you got to have, no matter whatever it is. You want to be the best trash man in the world, man. I don't care what type of party y'all had last night. The whole city could have partied. We're going to be the best trash man in America. We getting to it early. We hop up. We normally get up at 7. We get up at 4 today. We're going to get to it. And that's your attitude and that's your approach. There's no way you can't be successful. That's why that approach is that's that approach I'm taking to the content. I'm like, I'm going to put this content out here, whether you like it or not. One thing for sure, you're going to see it. You either going to hate it or you're going to love it. I'm going to get a view from you either way it goes. So we're going to lock in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to lock in. We're just going to attack it. We're going to try to conquer it. But man, let me see, the community attitude is terrible. I hate it. I hate it. And I want to say it's the younger guys. I want to just say it's just from being immature, but I see the older guys do it too. And I don't know what it is, but I don't complain a lot. And definitely not to the public. It's you got to move smart. And I was raised, it could be how you was brought up, how you was raised. I don't know, Kurt, but I ain't gonna bite the hand that feed me. You know what I'm saying? I can't, I might, if my family just came in and my daddy said something that I ain't like, I ain't gonna tell them right then and there. Nah, I'm waiting till we go to the car ride, we're going to get gas. I'm like, look, daddy, you said that offended me. It really made me mad, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, cool. But if I would have had that conversation in front of everybody, he gonna react in completely different ways. So they got to understand the circumstances. I be trying to tell them, like, stop what you're doing, because you're gonna mess up my money. Because it's like we're dealing with the NBA. They can say, oh, BearDaBeast, you the face of the league, you this, that person. They will get rid of you. They don't care. They can replace BearDaBeast. They can replace me. And it's not saying that, oh, I don't know my value. I do know my value, but I know my limit as well. So you gotta play the game. Like, I remember playing the combine and Hami would tell me, like, you got 40 again. You just averaged 40. You still playing that game? No, you gotta play their game. You know the game you gotta play. You see, oh, all right, you're right. Let me play that game. You know what I'm saying? It's just flipping the switch. You're right. Let me play that game. You're right. So you gotta play the game a little bit. And but they don't know how to do it, man. They don't understand why, even if I got a losing season, we're 8-8, we don't make the playoffs, I'm still getting opportunities created in the offseason. Y'all got to be smart. Y'all say y'all got IQ, but so your IQ only translate to 2K. So they don't know how to move. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like my input, like the community, man. It's a bunch of crybabies, and they understand. It's a lot of people who left the league. Got real. I have my own business before. I'm talking about I can make a mattress. I can make the mattress set that you sleep on. Any mattress in the world, I can make it from scratch. I'm talking about from going to Carlos, my amigo, 30 minutes away, to him stapling my box spring together with the nail gun, to handing me the raw wood, to like go put the dust cover over, stapling it down, to the mattress and hall ringing it. The dust covers and the foam, and haul ringing it down to the spring, to tape edging it up and completing it and putting it in a bag and ironing it, putting it on truck, selling it. The like manual labor. Once you work them type of jobs, you'll understand that, oh, Oh, you gonna play me to pay two? You gonna pay me to play 2K for a living? Oh, I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna play my 2K. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So it's like they just ain't had enough of that. That's all it is. Enough hard work, manual. They ain't had enough of that in the world. So I think that's all it come down to. Because once you get enough of that, and somebody gonna pay you to play 2K, they'll start shutting up and listening. And then what was the second part to it? What was the second part?
Just advice to give to up and coming players who looking to make the league.
So man, it's the advice I'm gonna give them, man, is you can't make excuses for yourself, right? You can't make excuses for yourself. And if you don't make it, you're the only reason why you didn't make it. Don't point it on the next man, don't point it on your mama, don't point it on you didn't make it because you weren't good enough. Now you might have been good enough, but you gotta put in your head, I'm gonna work harder and I'm gonna put myself out there even more. So first of all, you gotta be really good at the game. And if it's I'm good and he good, you gotta be better than him. Like you gotta be better than her. You gotta be better. And it's clear better. If I score 30 and you score 31, you like, I had 31, but my spot already secure. You only had 31. Now, if I got 30, you got 60. It's like, oh, shoot now. Hold on. Now you're working with something. You got to be clear cut better. But then, so you got to be really good at 2K. And another thing I'm going to say, what you doing content-wise? What are you doing to put, like I'm going to tell you, I'm grinding the content. I'm putting my content in front of your face. Y'all know my face. You know, y'all got to play the game. So if you go look at all my thumbnails, you'll see my face on every thumbnail. It's a reason for that, because when I take off and try to do something else, you're going to know my face. I want you to know my face. I want you to know what I look like. I want you to know what I sound like. Get familiar with me. You trying to network and tell people to draft you. It's a million of y'all doing the same thing. It's hard to decipher. It's hard for me to pick you out. If I go to the club and all the women got black hair and they all a size 6, they all wear a 5 shoe. They all got on a white shirt and they all got on blue jeans. I'm gonna just pick one. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she look a little better. Let me go with her. I done heard more about her. Ain't nothing out there with the sundress on, this bright red with the lipstick on and the red heels. And the rest of if it's 1,000 women with all white shirt and blue jeans on, and she come in with a red dress and white heels, she stick out. I'm gonna look at her more. I'm gonna give her a little bit more attention. So that's kind of how I look at it. What are you doing to make yourself stand out? What are you doing to be different? And your journey ain't got to be OG King CURT journey. It ain't got to be BearDaBeast journey. I tell people all the time, it's only one you in the world that makes you unique. It's only one of you. It's only one you. So with that being said, showcase you, put you on display. And that's probably the best advice I can give anybody coming in. And the step is just whatever the case is, and no excuses. And then this is a dream come true job. I'm sitting on the interview with one of the gatekeepers to the 2K community who've been doing it. And we're talking about 2K because this is our living. This is how we make money. This is how we feed our family. And we're talking about 2K, we play 2K. None of this is possible without hard work and just to think of where it came from. But it's like, you don't get to this spot without hard work. It ain't luck. If it's luck, then y'all would be in the same seat we in, or somebody else would be in this seat. So, but you got to know how to play the game. You got to know what you're doing. So if it's people that's figured out, go talk to them, go holler at them, go pick their brain. They might not want to talk to you on Monday. Holler at them Tuesday. I told CURT, we're going to do it Monday. He said, all right, cool. I can't do it. I can't. I'm like, dang, CURT, something came up. It's cool. Let's run it tomorrow. I bet. Let's do it tomorrow. Let's make it happen. So it's a million things I can say, CURT. It's a million things I can get into it. But those gonna be the big points, man. That's gonna be like the if you do those couple of things, you give yourself a chance.
No, without a doubt. And it's kind of what I say is it's a lot of people who can play the game. They can play the game in 2K. I mean, if a lot of people are given a shot to play, 9 times out of 10, they may be good. I mean, but then too, if you take the game away, what else do you have?
Right.
You know what? I mean, are you what type of person are you? And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I've made mistakes along the way. I think I've gotten better. You know, I'm going into my 4th season, and I know I'm a smarter and wiser GM than I was in the 1st season. But I mean, you have to be willing to make those improvements. And first, you got to be aware of when you're flawed. And I think often in our community, we don't have that type of self-awareness, and we're always pointing the finger at somebody. So that's always the big thing for me. Now, before we get out of here, we got OG wants to know.
All right.
Rapid fire questions. Answer open and honestly as possible. Biggest influence.
My father.
What motivates you?
Success. I want to be successful.
Okay. Best part about being in the NBA 2K League?
Man, the notoriety you get, and you're doing something for, you're doing what you love every day for a living. It's your lifestyle.
Favorite NBA player of all time?
LeBron James. LeBron James.
Best advice you ever received?
Oh man, I was just gonna talk about it. It's rapid, I know. My father took find your own identity, and that's why I'm big on it's only one you in the world, but find your own identity.
Favorite actor and actress?
Ooh, man, I just seen the woman about to be. I can't even think of her name. You better go watch this. Kurt, it's a good one if you ain't seen it. The Unforgivable. That woman.
I just finished.
Man, Kurt, I was telling Kyle, I know it's rapping. I'm sorry, but I be talking too much. That's why I'm bad for podcast, but it probably good for podcast. But they were like, Kyle, I was telling Kyle, man, I was laying in the bed, Kurt. I'm a grown man, Kurt. And the way that Kurt, that woman, I'm talking about, man, that woman ain't never point to blame. She ain't never point her finger at nobody. She ain't never turn around and say, this your fault, this, that fault. I ain't gonna get a movie away. They were beating on her. People wanted to kill her. She took her bullets like a champ and never said a word. Did her 20 years. Could have went. I mean, she could have had all the excuses in the world, but she made a way. And it touched me because it related to a lot in life. Like I'm telling you, man, my cousin called me from prison he on set year 17 right now. And he had part of the crime, but they gave him time as if he did the crime. He was only associate. He was there, but he ain't do it. And it's like, he ain't never say a word. And it's people in like, it just touched me, man. That was a good movie. So it touched me. Like it really, that was a good movie. So is that the same woman that play
Sandra Bullock?
Yes. So I love her movies. And then I'm probably gonna have to go with man. It's a couple of them. I'm sorry. I like Will Smith, Denzel, and Gerard Butler. They got a movie out. They got my ticket every time. They got my little money. Every time, I don't care what they put out. They got my ticket.
Got you. Favorite 2K?
Man, I love 2K. I don't care what you like. I say, it don't matter. I love 18. I love 19. Nah, I hate it. 19. The only one I don't like is because they had 5 out of 18, and then they went to 19. Too much defense, but. Every other 2K outside of that, 18 probably my favorite. I love all of them.
Funny thing about it for me real quick is my favorite 2K is 2K11 because that's when they had the crew mode. And that's when I ran into my partner, who I'm still cool with to this day, who taught me the my player aspect of the game and all that. If it wasn't for him, there probably wouldn't be no OG King CURT. So
dang.
Because I didn't even have Xbox Live or anything. Like he taught me how to set up an account and do it. I've been playing 1v1 the whole time.
Who your man? What's his name?
His name is Otha Jones. We call him Peanut though.
Got you. Shout out Peanut. Peanut gave us OG King CURT.
Yeah. Favorite genre of music?
Hip hop, rap. But I listen to country. I listen to pop. I go work out to a little rock and roll.
Favorite movie of all time?
I just put Unforgivable in my top 3. I ain't gonna lie to you, but right now, Law Abiding Citizen.
Got you. Favorite NBA team?
LeBron James.
Wherever LeBron at.
My bad. Hey, look, if you want to leave right now, I'm telling you, soon if I heard LeBron James leaving Lakers, I'm gonna start packing. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to jump ship. He got
at least you honest about it though.
Oh yeah. I ain't no. Hey, look, they say, yeah, oh, you jump ship with LeBron. Yep, you got dang right. And wherever he go, win a championship. It's proven. 3 teams, 3 rings.
Got you.
Got 4, but 3 different teams.
Got you. Favorite place in Minnesota?
Ooh, Feast of Love this answer, last call. But now since it ain't last call because they just closed down, downtown nightlife, wherever it's at, downtown nightlife, downtown.
Man, Bear, it's been a pleasure to have you home, man. Truly a treat, man. One of the pure treasures of our league. Just overall good person. I mean, the player himself, all his accolades speak for themselves. But man, before you get out of here, I want you to plug all your social media, your Twitch, TikTok, whatever you got, plug away. So
I keep it simple, man. Just you can go to hey Kurt, they don't even know what they go to Google. Kurt, I be downtown. Hey, look, Google BearDaBeast, baby. Like you do what? You do, yeah, go to Google. I'll show you, BearDaBeast. Type in BearDaBeast. It's gonna pop up on YouTube. It's gonna be Twitter, BearDaBeast Twitch, BearDaBeast Instagram. It's BearDaBeast. So that's on all platforms. I keep it simple for you. I make it easy for you, baby. Nah, and I appreciate you for having me, for real. I really do, man. It's good sitting down talking to you. I don't get with all these tampering rules and you can't do this. And man, it's good. It's good to talk to you, man.
Nah, no doubt. That's why I wait in the off season to talk to players and other teams and things of that nature, man. And who knows? One day I'll probably be on the BearDaBeast show.
Hey, what I'm talking about. Let me get some insight. Yeah, see, I just started dibbling and dabbling a little bit. Like I interviewed JT. Not JT, about to interview JT. I did BP, probably gonna do JT soon, probably get one with Idris. So trying to be the host, do it a little bit. It's a little different speed because now I like to talk too, man. So it's bad. I like to talk. So I'll be normally.
Man, hey, all you gotta do is like to talk, and as long as people love to listen, you're in there.
Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna take the advice.
Well, nah, man. Thanks for coming on, man. Keep up the good work, and I'll be tuned in to you, man.
Yeah, nah, I appreciate it, OG, for real.
I want to thank everybody who tuned in for this episode. Remember, you can follow the OG2CENTS podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Also, don't forget, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, turn those notifications on, and catch us on YouTube. Follow me on social media at OG King CURT. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And also follow OG2CENTS podcast on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That's the OG2CENTS podcast. You can go to www.ogkingkurt.com for everything OG King CURT and the OG2CENTS podcast. Shout out to my team, Strider Visuals, Box Graphics, Matrix Inside Evermore, and Christian Charisma, who now is a part of the show, does a lot of underwriting for the show. Definitely appreciate all of those guys from help making the OG2CENTS podcast what it is today. You can catch me on EsportsXTRA. That's every Saturday and Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Black News channel with host Larry Ridley, the crew, Kelly Wells Brinkley, Antonio Williams, Darren Royale, Brandon Bell, producer extraordinaire Kevin Mamuzet, and Jay Alfred has been a new addition to the team as well. Catch us every Saturday and Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Black News Channel. We speak traditional sports, gaming, and culture. So don't forget to check us out. You can go to www.skulls.com/OGKingCurt, and you can get any OG King CURT and podcast merchandise. You get anything from hoodies, long sleeve t-shirts, joggers, coffee mugs, phone cases, computer covers, you name it, we got it. So make sure you check that out on skulls.com/OGKingCurt. You can use OG 15% to get 15% off of your order. And if you do happen to purchase something from the site, make sure you post it on social media and tag me, and we'll be more than happy to put you on the following episode of the OG2CENTS podcast. Give you a great shout out. So definitely don't forget to do that. Make sure you tune in to next week's episode, and remember, if it makes sense, it's an OG2CENTS. OG out.
Put this work in, fellas. And much love to the entire 2K community for always showing me love. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Yeah.